The choices that you make in WWE games will not leave you feeling like you have made a huge mistake, for the most part. There are some moments throughout the years where the choices you have made have been put there to make you feel like a complete fool who has just screwed themselves over. Whether it's something that would lead to obvious bad results, like refusing to join authority figures, to something as innocent as choosing to accept a gift from another superstar who you thought was just being a generous person. How did I fall for that one? These are the times that you completely screwed yourself over with terrible choices in WWE games. In WWE 2K16's My Career mode, there's a storyline that happens when you become the WWE Champion for the first time. Triple H will bring out Brock Lesnar as your next challenger for your world title, who will then give you a headbutt and then make you look like an idiot. When it comes to the pay-per-view match and it's time to get your revenge, a cutscene will play only seconds into the match. The ref gets knocked down and Triple H runs down to the ring with a chair and throws it into the ring. You will then have the choice to either be the cheater who uses the chair before Brock does, or you can be the good guy who doesn't resort to cheating. And I know at this point you was also thinking, ha, a chair. It's all over for you now, Brock. Let's pick that option. What's the worst that can happen?
Oh, Brock's got him in a Kimura.
Triple H just called for the bell. He just called for the bell and gave Brock the title on a silver platter.
Oh, wait, it was all a trick, and that was pretty much the choose this to lose the match right now option. I'll admit, I took the bait of the chair option as well. I mean, who isn't going to pick that? Well, to all those people out there who aren't the chair choosing cheaters like us, you got to continue the match, but with a chair wielding Brock Lesnar. It sure is better than automatically losing your WWE title 10 seconds into a match though. SmackDown Here Comes the Pain had a fun feature where you could interact with other superstars backstage before your match, depending if someone was there to interact with. Sometimes it could lead to an increase or decrease in superstar points, or it could lead to a backstage brawl. There was one person that you had to avoid at all costs, however, and that was Stephanie McMahon, as no choice ever seemed to be a good one when interacting with her backstage. For example, in this scenario, she will answer the phone during your interaction with her, and you are left waiting there while she's taking the phone call. Not only is that incredibly rude, but anything you choose to do ends up with you losing a precious superstar point. Tell her that you need to talk to her. Lost a superstar point for annoying Stephanie. Don't say anything at all. Lost a superstar point because she forgot you even exist. What's next? Ask for a match on the card. Lost a superstar point for asking for a match. Say hello to Stephanie. Lost a superstar point because you was too nice to Stephanie. If you ever play Here Comes the Pain season mode again, it's best to just avoid Stephanie McMahon interactions at all costs. SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 gave us the chance to play Road to WrestleMania mode with a created superstar for the first time ever. The story starts off with you in the crowd as a fan watching Santino defend his Intercontinental title. Santino wins his match, then calls you out of the crowd to have an Intercontinental title match with him. You win this match, and then the Road to WrestleMania really begins. The next week, you get called into Vince's office to hand over the Intercontinental title, as you are not an official WWE superstar.
You thief! You homewrecker!
Vince, good to meet you. I'm your new Intercontinental Champion.
That's Mr. McMahon to you. And you're not champion for long, my friend. I don't recall you being under contract.
That Intercontinental Championship belongs to Santino, so give it back!
The championship is WWE property, and you will return it now!
It's at this moment where you get to make your first decision, which is to either crack Vince or Santino with the Intercontinental title belt. If you choose to attack Vince with the title, you will learn early on that it's not too wise of an idea to cross the boss, as Vince sends both Vladimir Kozlov and Ezekiel Jackson to attack you backstage. Had you just chose to attack Santino with the title, you would have only had to face off with Santino in a backstage brawl, which is completely easy in comparison to the 2-on-1 handicap situation. Whilst on the subject of not crossing the boss, SmackDown Shut Your Mouth season mode had a scenario play out if he was the world champion at the King of the Ring pay-per-view. You could choose to interrupt the King of the Ring celebration and punch the winner in the face, just to be a complete jerk. And then you can be all like, yeah, I do what I want because I'm the Undertaker and I drive motorcycles to the ring and no one's going to do a damn thing about it. Ric Flair will try to stop you from giving the King of the Ring winner another beating. You can show your respect to the owner, or you can continue to be a rageaholic who listens to no one. And as this is about the terrible choices you make, you of course give Rick a haymaker to the face, and honestly, it looked Looks like you've killed him with that shot. I also just love how the option was to only beat up the owner, and they still snuck in a way for Spike Dudley to get beat up again. Anyway, as you've already found out in this video, attacking authority figures always lead to something bad happening that completely screws yourself over. With that being said, Ric Flair will announce that seeing as you like to attack people so much, how about you defend that title twice in one night at the upcoming pay-per-view? I don't blame him at all, to be honest. If it was a little smack, then I would say it was a bit of an overreaction, but look what you did to him. You completely knocked him dead. I'm surprised you're not in jail for attacking an old man who was just trying to do the right thing. But welcome to the wonderful world that is the WWE, where the laws are thrown out the window and beating up old people will most likely get you the next title shot. Now, if you've played pretty much any career mode in the last 5 years, you'll know who Baron Blade is. If you didn't know already, he's an original character in the WWE 2K My Career series, who was once a wrestler, then producer, and then he became the owner of his own company, BCW. Now, if you've also played WWE 2K19, you will know that Baron Blade cannot be trusted, like, at all, and is pretty much the shadiest of all wrestling promoters out there. Now, in WWE 2K20, during their time in the Indies, Red and Trey will appear at a BCW event, and before the show, Baron Blade will offer the two superstars a lifetime contract to BCW.
Hey, I get it. We've all got drama in our lives. I mean, look at me. Last year I put on a mask and attacked my former protege Buzz, costing him a shot at WWE. Then he wouldn't return my phone calls or texts for like a year. No one wanted to work with me, and BCW folded. But then I stuck up for Buzz to AJ Styles. And the next thing you know, I'm in Buzz's corner at WrestleMania, and now I'm in the process of rebuilding BCW.
That's a lot of very specific information.
Yeah. What's your point?
My point is, I turned chicken crap into chicken salad. And that's what I can do for you two if you sign exclusive deals with me and become cornerstones of the new BCW.
If you make the dumb decision of trusting Baron Blade, you'll see an alternative scenario take place 10 years into the future. Baron Blade is paying both of your characters almost nothing. They have to also get second jobs. BCW is now doing shows in abandoned school gyms in front of like 5 people, and you can't get out of the contract because it's for life. You'll see Red scrunch up the list and throw it in the trash, realising that their dreams are no longer possible. We'll just call this the WWE 2K20 My Career Bad Ending, as well as the story's writer's way of also calling you a fool for even trusting Baron Blade in the first place. If you choose a superstar in SmackDown Shut Your Mouth season mode who is in a tag team currently, you'll get an exclusive storyline that shows there is tension between the tag team, and throughout the weeks there will be cutscenes where you and your tag team partner will be having a disagreement, which will then lead to you being able to choose how you'd like to respond to the tag team partner. You can react calmly, try to smooth things over, and be reasonable, or you can pick the complete opposite dialogue option and react aggressively or negative towards your tag team partner. At the pay-per-view, after a tag team match, you will be attacked by the rival tag team. Your tag team partner will then respond depending on how you have been treating him. If you've been nice to him, then he will fight off the tag team from attacking you any further. But if you have been responding with aggressive dialogue options, then your tag team partner will join in the attack, remembering how much of a jerk you had been to him, and then turn it into a 3-on-1 beatdown. And if it wasn't obvious already, your tag team will break up forever in the season mode. It's good to be bad. It's also easier to be bad when it comes to WWE games, as you'll find out in the next 2 entries. No Mercy's Championship mode has a storyline that will play out in the European title path if you keep on losing matches. After losing 3 matches in a row, you'll get the attention of Mr. McMahon, who wants you to join up with him, as you have proven to be among the top superstars, which I don't get at all, as I've been constantly losing matches. Does Vince even watch these shows? But anyway, all that doesn't matter, as Mr. McMahon guarantees that you will win the European title with ease if you join up with him as a corporate fighter. You can answer Mr. McMahon's proposal by either winning or losing the next match. If you lose the next match, you will join up with him. If you win the next match, however, you'll be saying no, and Vince makes it clear that you will pay for it. And if you made the dumb decision to win the match, you will truly pay for it, as every single match you have in the championship mode from now on will be a handicap match that you must win for the storyline to continue. Losing the match is not an option and will cause a game over if you use too many continues. Had you joined up with Mr. McMahon, you would eventually fight for the European title in a super easy handicap match with you and one of the corporation members facing the champ. WWE 2K18's My Career mode also made it easier if you was, as the game says, a company man, which is pretty much a heel who sides with Triple H and the Authority. If you define Triple H and choose the fan favourite options when given the choice, you'll be screwed out of your Money in the Bank cash in, as Triple H will attack you before you even cash in.
Wait a minute, cash in timer! Maybe not. The general manager just...
Oh, right off the contract holder's face. I don't get this.
I don't get it at all. General manager now has a hold of the Money in the Bank briefcase. Appears to be summoning the referee. What? Hey, you don't think... Oh my gosh. The match has started.
After that, you will be suspended for a month and then put into the Royal Rumble match when you return. This is when your terrible choice completely screws you over, as you will be made entry number 1 in the Royal Rumble match. And if you played Royal Rumble matches in WWE 2K18, then you will know that they can be seriously difficult to win, especially at number 1. You could just be hanging near the ropes a little too long and boom, clotheslined over, even with full green health. It's not only at this point that you realise you screwed yourself over, it was also at this part where you likely said screw this game and proceeded to never complete the My Career mode. Let me know in the comments your horrible experiences with that Royal Rumble in the WWE 2K18 My Career mode. And lastly, in SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, there's a storyline where you get a title shot after winning a one-night tournament. The champion, who was Brock Lesnar in my game, will attack you after a match, and then the week later will offer an apology and says he has a gift for you to open. You will later be in the ring with this large gift box, and then the option to either open the gift or leave the gift will pop up. Now if you was the smart one who left the gift, knowing that it was quite obviously a trap, then well done to you. To those like me who thought Brock was just trying to be a nice guy and wanted to patch things up with a friendly gift, then you found out that the only gift you was getting was another beatdown at the hands of Brock Lesnar, who was hiding in the gift box all this time. This all does make me wonder one thing though. What the hell happened to Brock if you just left him there? So these were the 10 times that your terrible choices completely screwed you over. Make sure as always to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe with those notifications turned on if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you all on the next one.